Mark chapter 14. The disciples now enter Gethsemane with Jesus. Let me read the verses, then some brief comments. And they went to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, the 11 of them now, "Sit here while I pray." And he took with him Peter, James and John. So he leaves 8 and he takes 3, and began to be greatly distressed and troubled. And he said to them, Peter, James and John, "My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch." Let's leave it there for the moment. What do we learn? The disciples go with him. Judas has left. And then he draws with him Peter, James and John. Now, Peter, James and John have been selected for several opportunities to really see the depths and the wonders of who Jesus is and what he does. They're the ones who see the little girl, Jairus' daughter, raised from the dead. All others are left outside, but Peter, James and John are selected. When Jesus is transfigured, he leaves the disciples and the crowds. He goes up the mountain with Peter, James and John. And they see him transfigured. And now here in Gethsemane, he leaves the 8. Judas has gone. He takes Peter, James and John. Stay here and watch. Now this word watch means stay awake. Stay awake in order that you may watch and see what's about to happen. And he's greatly distressed in his soul and deeply troubled. Stay here and watch. And he goes a little further and he begins to pray. What do we learn? Every encounter we have with Jesus Christ, we are to learn something of him. We are to watch. And we're to soak in and absorb who he is and what he does. And Peter, James and John are commanded to do that here. Stay here and watch. Now, in my quiet time today, the Bible is full of Jesus Christ. It's all about him. Sermons are all about him. Fellowship is all about him. Every time I read my Bible and say my prayers, I am to not do it in a routine manner, but I'm to watch. I'm to watch. I'm to watch. And I'm to learn about Jesus Christ. So I mustn't fall asleep. I mustn't be on autopilot. I must observe, I must be alert, I must be awake. So what am I learning today? Now, what will I learn in my quiet time today? What will I learn in a church service? I am to sit and I am to observe, I'm to be alert, I'm to watch, I'm to learn. Let's make him the focus always of our attention, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, fully God, fully man, who takes away the sin of the world. Has he taken away yours? Let it sink in and let me act accordingly.